Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about some best practices when I'm managing gray areas. And first and foremost, I'm going to keep it on here. Again, I know as research administrators, consulting the guidelines. Did you read the guidelines? Did you refer to sponsor policy? That can get overplayed, but I'm going to mention it again and restate it because I've also found in being in this field for many years that we also get very comfortable and things change. And so we rely on how things were. Or I know this program, this is how it's always going to be. Well, you know what? Check them anyway, especially when you're navigating a gray area. Tim gave an example earlier about the UG guidance that was recently updated. We're in a state of unknown precedents at this point in time. So just start there, consult it. If the answer's not there, then what do we do? So honestly, I refer back to the basics and really just use three general questions aside from the question on allowability to gather information about the expense. So the first thing I ask the PI, the team, whoever's requesting it is it reasonable? And Liz a great detail earlier about how costs are considered reasonable if the nature and the price reflects actions that a prudent person would take. That's very important. And there's good examples of that, right? The second thing I ask is it allocable? And what is the benefit of this expense for the project? And does it align with the award's stated goals and objectives? And that's critical. If the PI cannot demonstrate the benefit and why this cost is needed, that's another thing that wouldn't necessarily pass the sniff test in this case. So, and also in that same question, I ask again, is it going to be solely used for this project? Is it going to be split across others? Tell me a little bit about why and how this expense is beneficial. And then finally, is it necessary? Like, why is it needed for the project? Can the project be completed without it? And again, keep in mind when we're going through these things, these are the questions when we're navigating a gray area on an expense that we're not sure about, right? So we have to really dive in, get the answers to those questions so we know how to proceed. And after doing all that and kind of going through the process, you have your information in front of you. But let's say you're still not sure, reach out. And I know at times that can be uncomfortable as well, but we've had great examples already in the slides how some of these things become case studies. You have colleagues that you might feel comfortable reaching out to. Maybe you have a great supervisor or mentor. Maybe it's a research administration unit within your institution. Maybe it's the Incura Collaborate community. But never be afraid to reach out and ask these questions, especially when navigating a gray area. And then finally, to kind of echo some of the things that Tim said earlier, document everything. So always ensure that there's proper documentation supporting how a decision was made to either approve or disapprove this expense request.